Okay, girls, so today we will start with lesson 9, divide with decimals. Okay, so today we will learn how I will divide on decimal number. So please bring your books and open it on page 55, and let's start our lesson. Okay, so how do you divide whole numbers and decimals by decimals? So in this lesson, the number will consist of a whole number or a whole part and decimal part, and I will divide it on decimal also. So let's learn together how I will do that. First thing, I want you to remember this probability together. So look, if I want to divide 4 on 2, okay? If I want to divide 4 on 2, so what is the answer? 4 divided 2 equals what? 4 divided 2 equals 2, right? So the answer for this division equals 2. Okay. Now, what about 40 divided 20? 40 divided 20. Okay, when I want to divide two tens number or those tens number, so I have to erase the number of 0 here with this 0, and then I will divide 4 on 2, so the answer will be also 2, right? Now, if I want to divide 400 on 200, also in division, when I want to divide a hundredths number on a hundredths number, I will raise the same number of zeros from the dividend and the divisor. Okay? So I will raise those two zeros with those two zeros together. Then I will divide 4 on 2. So what is the answer for this division? 4 divided 2 equals 2. So, what I want to say here in this probability, he told me that if you multiply the dividend and the divisor with the same number, look, the relationship between all those cases, that in this case I have 4 and 2, in this case I have 40 and 20, in this case I have 400 and 200. So from here to here, I multiply the dividend and the divisor with what? Multiply it with 10, right? I multiplied the dividend and the divisor with 10, right? And from this case to this case, I multiplied the dividend and the divisor with what? To make it 400 and 200, I multiplied with 100, right? I multiplied the dividend and the divisor with 100. So when I want to multiply the dividend and the divisor with the same power of 10, power of 10 means 10, 100, 1000, okay, etc. Okay? So if I multiplied the dividend and the divisor with the same power of 10, that's mean if I multiply it with 10, both, or if I multiply it both with 100, the quotient will be the same. So that's mean, look, 4 divided 2, 40 divided 20, 400 divided 200 will give me the same answer too. Okay? I will use this probability in our lesson. Okay? So I will use this probability when I want to divide a whole number on decimal number. Okay? So when you multiply both dividend and the divisor with by the same power of 10, the quotient will be what, or is the same, right? Is the same. So I will use this property in our lesson, okay? Let's move to the first example on page 55. Okay. In this example, I want to divide 66 and 5/10 on 3 and 5/10. Okay. The first step in decimal or in division, what I told you, you have to estimate the answer, or you have to round the numbers here to find the estimation, because this will help you to know the first digit in the quotient. Okay, so let's together round the decimal number and the divisor here into the nearest whole. Okay, so look, in this lesson I will round here the dividend, because the dividend is a decimal number and the divisor also a decimal number. So how I will do that? Let's find it. What is the here, if I want to round 3 and 5/10 into the nearest whole, it will be what? It will be 3, right? And if I want to round the dividend 66.5/10, if I want to round it into the nearest whole that I can divide it on 3, what is the number? I can divide it in 3 and on 3, and it's close to 66.5. It will be 60, because 60 I can divide it on 3. Okay, so 60 divided 3, very easy. 6 divided 3 equals what? Equals 2, and put the 0 next to the answer right here, so it will be 20. That's mean my quotient will be close to the estimation here, which is here 20. Let's start our division. Okay, so I want you to focus with me, please, because this lesson is very important for you for this year and next year. Okay, so 66.5 and the divisor is 3.5 or 3 and 5/10. Okay, I will use the probability that I talked about from 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute ago I told you, if I multiply the dividend and the divisor with the same power of 10, the quotient will be the same. Okay, why I will use this probability? Because I want to remove this point, I want to remove this decimal point. Okay, I will remove this decimal point. So how I will do that? You know, when I multiply 66.5 with 10, if I multiply 66.5, I told you, or maybe last year you learned it, when you multiply the decimal point with a power of 10, that's mean you will remove, or you will move the decimal point into the right side, like right into the right side. So I will remove it. Number of digit equal the number of zeros. So here I have 1 0. So I will move this decimal point 1 digit. So it will be where? I will move it right here, so it will be right here. So the number will be 665 if you multiply it with 10. Okay, now if you multiply 3.5 with the same power of 10, which is here. I choose 10. Okay? Now, also, the decimal point will move into the right side. Number of digits equals the number of zeros. I have only one zero right here, and I have to move this point one digit only, so it will move from here to here, just one digit. So the number will be what? 35. Look, now it's easy for me to divide 665 on 35. I think very easy. Yes, it's easier than this number. So I will use this probability right here to give me an easiest way. Okay? So now, but the most important thing, girls, is to multiply both dividend and the divisor with the same power of 10. I can't choose different, okay? It will be wrong. So now I will divide 665 on 35. Very easy. It's easy for me. So first thing, I will take 6. 6, can I divide it on 35? No, I can't. So what I have to do? I have to take the 6, the next one, in tens digit. So the first digit in the quotient will be tens number. So 66 divided 35. What is the number that I will multiply it with? 35. It will give me the closest answer to 66. Or how many 35s in 66? How many? I think you have only what? Only 135 in 66, right? Just one. Thank you, Farah. So just one. So it will be 1 in the tens digit. Now I will multiply 1 with 35, so it will be 35. Okay? Then I will subtract. So the same steps in division, okay? Very easy. Now I will subtract 6 minus 5 equals 1. 6 minus 3 equals 3. Okay. Now what I have to do? Can I divide the 35 on, or 31 on 35? No, I can't. So I will take the 5 and put it next to the 3. So the answer will be 315. How I will divide this on 35? Okay, think about it. Look, if I want, how many 35 on 315? How many? Okay, I can think about what? Look, if you multiply 35 with 10, the answer will be what? Will be 350, right? So it will not be a 10, it will be lower than 10. Maybe it will be a 9. So let's try 9. 9 multiply 35. How I will multiply it? I can write it, or I can do it on white paper. Maybe it's easier for me. Okay. Now 9 multiply 5 equals what? 9 multiply 5 equals 40. 45, right? Thank you. So I will put 5 here and 4 above the tens. Now 9 multiply 3 equals what? Equals 27. Thank you, Lena. Plus 4 equals 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So look, the answer will be what? The same number here. So it will be 315. Okay? Now if you subtract, so it will be 0. Okay? So the quotient for this division will be what? Will be 19, and it will be the same quotient for this. Okay? So the same quotient for this division. Okay, girls? So this is how I will multiply a decimal number when or by a decimal number also. Okay? So the answer or the quotient here is 19. Now, yes, if you understand it very well, or if you don't understand it, or you have a question, type it in the chat box, please. Okay. Why you, okay, just 1 minute. I think Mariam said, I don't understand why you removed the decimal point. In which step, please, Mariam? Specify for me. Okay. In which step you didn't understand? Here? Right here, how we will remove the decimal point? Okay. I repeat again, girls, okay? I repeat again. So I will multiply the decimal point, or I will multiply the decimal number by the powers of 10, because, okay, I will multiply this, the first step. I will multiply the divided and the divisor with the same power of 10, because I have to make it a whole number to be easier for me. Okay, so that will help me to make the division here easier. So I will use this property. So if you multiply a decimal point, you have to move here the point, or the decimal point number of digits equal the number of zeros into the right side. So this is the way of division, or the multiplication. So when you multiply it with 10, 0, so you have to move the point 1 digit. So the number will be 665, and this number you have to move the point 1 digit, so it will be 35. Now we will move to page 56, please. Open page 56, and let's divide this number so the it will be clear for you. Okay, girls? Now I will repeat the same steps. Now I want to divide here 17.25 hundredths on 5.75 hundredths. So what I have to do, I will multiply the dividend and the divisor with the same power of 10. So why I will do that? To move or to remove the point, or the decimal point, because this will help me to make the division easier. Okay, so let's find the answer. Okay, now how I will multiply it, or what is the power of 10 that I will use it to find or to divide those numbers? Okay, now I will look, I have 2 digits after the point, and here I have 2 digits after the point. So I will use the second power of 10, which is here 100. Okay, so I will multiply the dividend and the divisor with 100. Okay, so if you multiply 1700 or 17.25 hundredths with 100, look, I will move the point number of digits equal the number of zeros right here. So I will move it 2 digit. So it will be, this is the first one, this is the second one. So it will be right here. So the number will be, what will be 1725. This is the first number. What about the second one? I will move to this point 2 digit. So it will be right here. So the number will be 575. Okay, now I will divide. So the first number I will multiply it with 100, and the second one I will multiply it with 100. So this one will be 575, and this one will be 1725. Now let's start the division. Now I will take 1 multiply this number, or sorry, 1 divide this number, I can divide it, so I will take the 17 divided this number, it will be what? 17 divided this number, I can't divide it, so I will take the 2, so it will be 172 172. Can I divide it 172 also on 575? Also I can't. So I will take the whole number, the whole number. So I will take the ones here. So the first digit in the quotient, or the only digit in the quotient, will be a ones. So 1725. So what is the number that I will multiply it with the divisor? It will be 1725. Rina said, and Lamar said, that the answer will be maybe 3, and that's true. Thank you, girls. So the answer will be 3, yes, because what is the number that I will multiply it with 5? It will give me 5 in the ones. I think 3, because 3 multiply 5 equals what? Equals 15. So look, if you multiply 575 with 3, the answer will be what? 3 multiply 5 equals 15. So it will be 5 here and 1 above the tens. Now 3 multiply 7 equals 21. Plus 1 equals 22. So I put 2 here and 2 above the hundreds. Sorry. 3 multiply 5 equals 15. Plus 2 equals 17. So look, I have the same answer. So 5, 2, 7, and 1. If you subtract those numbers, so it will be 0. Okay? So the quotient right here is 3. Okay? If you want to check your answer is correct or not, what I have to do, you know the check step that I will use it right here in the division is the inverse operation for division, which is here the multiplication, right? So if you multiply the quotient with a divisor, so the answer right here for this will be 3. The answer for this division will be 3, right? Now, if you multiply the quotient with the divisor, the answer must be the dividend, if your answer is correct, or if your quotient is correct. So I will use this operation, which is here multiplication, to find or to check if my answer is correct. So I will take the divisor, which is here 5.75, and multiply it with 3. And you know how to multiply a whole number with a decimal number. Now 3 multiply 5 equals 15. So I will put 5 here and 1 above the tens. Now 3 multiply 7 equals 21. Plus 1 equals 22. So I will put 2 here and 2 above the ones digit. Now I have the decimal point. I can't move to the next one until I will take the decimal point and put it in the answer. Now 3 multiply 5 equals 15. Plus 2 equals 17. So look, the answer for this multiplication gave me the same dividend. That's mean my answer is correct. Okay? That's mean my answer is correct. And the quotient will be 3. Okay? You finish this page, girls. If you finish, please type 1 in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Now we will move to example 2. Okay, girls. So in this lesson, we will repeat the same answer, the same steps. So I will repeat the same steps right here. The same steps to division. So now you have to focus with me if you didn't understand, okay? Now, look, I want to divide 37.8 tenths on 0.14 hundredths. So how I will remove the point? Okay, I will use the probability that I want to use it here to make the division easier for me. Okay, so I will take the dividend and the divisor and multiply it with the same power of 10. So it will be what? Now let's see. If I take the 37.8 and 0.14. Okay, what is the what is the what is the power of 10 that I will use it right here? Look, after here I have two digits after the point in the divisor and only one digit in the after the point in the dividend. So what is the power of 10 that I will use it right here? What is the power of 10? Okay, now let's see the power of 10 that I will use it. Maria said 10. Okay, Asma, I will return when we finish this example, okay? No, it's not 10. Jana said 100. And also Lamar, also Farah. Thank you, girls. That's good. So I will use 100 because I can't here remove the decimal point in 0.14 if I multiply it with 10 only. So I have to multiply it with the second power of 10 to remove the 0 point or to remove the decimal point. So here if you multiply the 0.14 with 100, so the number will be what? Will be 14, right? Because look, I will move the decimal point 2 digit 1 2, so it will be right here, so the number will be 14, so it's okay for me. Now what about 37.8? okay, you know that the value of the digit in the right side after the decimal point will be 0, right? Will be 0, but it's okay if I didn't write it because I will ignore this digit, right? I can ignore this digit, so it's okay if I write 0 or if I didn't write the same value. Okay, so when I multiply the divisor with 100, so I have to I must to multiply the dividend also with the same power of 10. So I have to choose the same number. I can't choose 10 here. It's not optional for me. So here I multiply 37 with the second power of 10 or with 100. Now, if you multiply with 100, no, Maria, it's not right. Because look, you have to move the decimal point. 1, 2. 1, 2 digit. So it will be right here. Okay? So it will be right here. So the number will be 3780. Yes, that's right, Lena. So the decimal point will be right here, so I can ignore it. Okay? Now we will start the division. Now we will start. Okay, Farah, I repeat again. How I will multiply, or how I will erase here, or I will remove the decimal point from the dividend and the divisor. Okay? So how I will do that? I have to use the same power of 10 and multiply it with dividend and the divisor. So look, I have two digit after the point right here. So to erase here the decimal point, I have to multiply this number with the second power of 10, which is here 100. So when you multiply it with 100, so you will move 2 digit because you have two zeros. 2 digit. So it will be 14. Now what about this number? I can't choose another power of 10. I have to choose the same power of 10 in dividend and divisor. So here I will multiply it also with 100. But here I have no number next to the 8. So what I have to do? I have to put 0. So the value of the digit will be 0. So the decimal point will move 1, 2. So it will be right here. Look, the decimal point was here. 1, 2. Thank you. Now we will divide, girls, 3780 on 14. Let's start. Can I divide 3 on 14? No. So I will take the 7. 37 divided 14 equals what? What is the number that I will multiply it with? 14. It will give me the closest answer to 37. Or how many 14s in 37? I think 2, right? You have to. Lamar, your answer is correct. Thank you. So 37 multiply 2. Okay, let's find it. 2 multiply 7 equals 2 multiply 7 equals, where are you girls? Equals 14, right. 2 multiply 3 equals, I'm sorry, you have to multiply here. I'm sorry, I have a mistake here. So I have to multiply 2 with 14, not with 37. So 2 multiply 14 equals 8, and 2 multiply 1 equals 2. So the answer is 28. I have to multiply the quotient with the divisor. So now I will subtract 7 minus 8. I can't, so I have to borrow from the 3. It will be 2, and this will be 17. Now 17 minus 8 equals 9. If you count it, you can find the answer. Now I will take the 8 and regroup the number. 98 divided 14. How many? 14 and 98. Or you can find it in another way. What is the number that I will multiply to with 4? It will give me 8 in once. So it will be, as Maryam said, it will be 7. So 7 multiply 4 equals what? 7 multiply 4 equals 28, right? So if you multiply 14 with, if you multiply here 14 with okay, with 7, okay, so 7 multiply 14 equals 28. So put 8 here and 2 above the tens. Now 7 multiply 1 equals 7 plus 2 equals 9. So it will be 98. Okay, what about here? The remainder will be 0. Okay, now what about the 0 in the ones digit? Okay, I will take it, and I can't ignore this 0. Can I divide it 0 on 14? Can I? No. So what is the value of the ones? It will be 0, right? The value of the ones will be 0. Now if you multiply this 0 with the divisor, the answer will be 0 and there is no remainder. So the final answer for this division will be 270. This is the answer. Okay? You have a question, girls? Any question, girls? No. Okay. Someone of you want to ask me anything about the last lesson? Someone of you asked me about something, I think, but I forgot. Yes, Farah, what's your question? Maria, which exercise or which step here you didn't understand it? Okay, the period ended on 7 and 7, I think. Okay, who didn't understand something? I think. Which step, please? Okay, which step? Division, or here, in here, or when we when we remove the decimal point? The first step or the second one? The long division. Okay, I will repeat the long division. Now 3 divided 14, I can divide it, so I will take the 7 next to it. It will be 37. 37 divided 14. How many 14s in 37? So what is the number? I will multiply it to 14. It will give me the closest answer to 37. I think it's 2. So 2 multiply 14 equals 28, as we said here. So 2 multiply 4 equals 8. 2 multiply 1 equals 2. Then I will subtract 37 and 28 minus 28. The answer will be 9. Now I will take the 8 and put it next to the 9. So it will be 98. Now 98 divided 14. What is the number that I will multiply it with 4? It will give me 8 in the ones. So it will be 7. 7 multiply 4 equals 28, so it will be 8 here as we said here, and 1 and 2 above the tens. 7 multiply 1 equals 7 plus 2 equals 9, so it will be 98. Now what about this 0 in the ones digit? The 0, I can divide it on 14, so the value of the ones right here will be 0. Okay,